What is up, guys? It is Sher Khan, the Bronze Titan, and we are here with something a little bit different than we're used to. We're going to be doing a movie review, and we are reviewing Snake Eyes. Now, I myself haven't watched much of G.I. Joe. In fact, I only know about Snake Eyes being a cool ninja wearing black and Storm Shadow being a ninja in white, and that they're rivals, and that's about it. But I went into this film really hyped for it, seeing all of the stuff online and the ads, and also Mojo Rawley, WWE superstar, going to be in this film. I was super hyped, so I was going in with some expectations, and the film, it did well. I think it has a few issues that we'll get into, but overall, I thought it was a very cool film. They did a lot of cool stuff in it, but I don't think, because normally I watch films back maybe twice or three times, but I think this might warrant one watch because you get the whole experience in the one watch. Okay, let's get into some pros. Now, firstly, there's great action throughout. I mean, you've got such a cool cast. You got Iko Uwais, you got Henry Golding. You got all these guys. They're known for cool action stunts and that kind of stuff. Henry Golding is kind of getting into it, so some of the fight scenes he's in, they kind of cut around him, but they still look good. He does a lot of stuff in the initial fight. They're very, very good stuff, but Iko Uwais was very, very good, very top-notch action and everything. Really, really liked the action part. Another thing I really liked was the ninja aesthetic. Now, this was really cool. You've got the kind of traditional, rooted in the culture kind of feeling, but it was like a modern day, kind of updated with the tech, and it had all the tech. You had such really cool stuff in there, and it kind of felt like Wakanda, that kind of set apart kingdom or clan or tribe that's kind of like really advanced, and you don't expect them to be. So that was really cool. And also with the Snake Eyes character, before, as far as I know, he didn't really speak that much. He was kind of mysterious, and that kind of lent into his kind of character. But I feel like this did a good job in hyping up the Snake Eyes character and doing it in a different way, not having him to be this kind of silent protagonist, mercenary kind of type guy, but having him a bit more fleshed out, bit of a story to him. So I like that they tried to go for that, and it does work in some parts. Now we're going to get into the negatives, the cons. And unfortunately, this film is, I wouldn't say it's riddled with it, but it's got its fair share of things that kind of make you go, ugh. So firstly, right off the bat, I noticed that some of the accents were a little bit inconsistent from Henry Golding, especially. They're portraying him as an American from LA, but he's got a little bit of his own accent, Henry Golding's accent, but it's a little bit inconsistent at times. So they're portraying him as American, but then he's slipping in and out of accents, so it can take you out of the scene. It definitely took me out of the film for a bit. But you get used to it, and it's okay. But him and some others, they do have a few issues, but it's noticeable, but it's enough to kind of pass it over. And the story, as much as it's cool to have this origin film, it was kind of let down by a number of things. Now, you tell the story of Snake Eyes being this ghost, right? This is going to be minor spoilers, but here's your warning. But you have this story of Snake Eyes, who is a ghost, and he finds the Ashigakari clan, and it's kind of it's a cool premise, and he's chopping and changing between serving the clan and becoming a member of the clan through the three trials that they set up. They set it up nicely, but then you have him changing sides to join up with Kenta, the main villain, who is a terrorist working for Cobra. Now, he was very cool, and Henry Golding kind of chopping and changing sides between the two. You kind of think, oh, is he a bad guy now? Oh, is he, a double agent working for the Cobra? He's got his motivations to kind of avenge his father, and that is very interesting. But a few of the moments are kind of let down by some of the acting. So some of the key scenes, you've got the acting kind of falling apart and not being where it should be, so it makes the story kind of weaker. And then you also have some of the writing being a little bit awkward between the characters, so it's not really doing the actors any favors. And also about the villain, Kenta, as soon as he kind of, towards the end of the film, like the last half, he really feels like a video game character, which is kind of what I get a feeling of the GI Joe series. It's kind of like the story is just there to justify the action, and that's pretty much it. It's enough to go off of, but it's not about the story, it's about the action. And that's why it kind of feels like a video game in a sense, especially with Kenta. When you watch it, you know what I mean. But yeah, it just kind of felt a bit cartoony kind of thing at times. And also, lastly, this is like a little thing. It doesn't really affect the whole film as a whole, but Tommy's character is kind of outshining Henry Golding a little bit because Snake Eyes is the main character, but he doesn't, Henry Golding doesn't bring enough of a strong performance. As much as I really like him, he doesn't really, maybe it's the script, I don't know, maybe it's the accent, but it kind of doesn't do him justice with this story. So therefore, Tommy, Storm Shadow, really, really kind of outshines him in some moments because he's very cool. He's got some of the greatest action scenes in this film, and his character is often stronger than Snake Eyes. But yeah, I overall, if I'm gonna, assess the whole film, it was an enjoyable watch. I liked it, but at some point, I kind of, at halfway point, I kind of was kind of like, okay, I kind of see this as, it's a light watch. It's a light watch. Overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was a good watch, a cool film. They do a lot of cool stuff in there. Very, very good action. But the story, like I said, it's just enough to go by. But some of the acting and some of the story points kind of fall flat, kind of get convoluted, and it goes longer than it needs to be. But I really liked it, and fair play to everybody involved. It was a great film overall. It's just a few, things that kind of on a second, like, that's why I don't want to watch it a second time, because on a second watch I'll kind of be like, okay, maybe this is a 6 or maybe even a 5 out of 10. I don't think I'll think that, but it's, there are a few glaring issues there, but overall I really liked it. But thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Sher Khan and my review of Snake Eyes. Let me know if you like this kind of format, just trying new things here, and drop in the comments below if you want to see more reviews. Till then, thank you so much. I've been Sher Khan, the Bronze Titan. Ha! And Ashiga Kari. No. Ashira Kage. Yeah.